Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sipnewski, your crypto queen. Thank you so much for popping by my channel. Please know this is not financial advice. I am only here to entertain you and to remind you to buy on red candles. We had some really big news today in the crypto world. Of course, we're going to get to all of that later, from Elon to the SEC's L with Grayscale. We'll get to all that. But because I went ahead and used the man's face in my thumbnail, we are going to get to this tea spill first. And of course, I'm talking about the drama that is still unfolding with BitBoy, Ben Armstrong. In case you didn't watch my video that I made yesterday, it's like a 20-minute long video. It really goes into depth as to what is going on with that situation. If you haven't seen that, don't watch this one first. Watch the first one first, and I will leave a card right here for you. Go ahead and click on that card. Watch that first. Okay. I think that when you're somebody who has been through the struggle of trying to get clean and sober, and then you do that, like what a struggle, what a victory it is. And once you come out through the other side and you're doing your sober living and, you're practice what you preach and, you're living that good, clean life, I think the most hurtful thing that someone can say about you or accuse you of doing is falling off the wagon and getting back into drugs. I think that is completely, completely hurtful. So, I think I'm right when I say that probably happened with Ben because today we saw this posted on X. Mr. Armstrong went ahead and submitted to a drug test. Like, that's some pretty serious stuff. Like, this is not just like, he went to the drugstore, he went to Walgreens, got a drug test, and he's holding up the bottle that showed negative. No, he went to LabCorp, and you can see there's a doctor that signed off on the drug test. And what that means is when a doctor signs off on it, it's in a controlled environment. There's no way he could have snuck in a specimen and cheated it or faked it in any way. This is a legitimate test, and you can see everything that he was tested for: acetylmorphine slash heroin, amphetamines, which would be under the bracket of methamphetamines, cocaine, marijuana, opiates, PCP. He tested negative for all of that. Negative. That's pretty big news, right? Like, he doesn't even have any weed in his system. Hasn't even smoked a joint lately. Like, this guy is clean. He's nice and clean. I'm glad he posted that. So that will hopefully dull any of the conspiracies that are rolling around, or the accusations, I should say, because it's really hurtful. When you've gone through a feat of getting sober and somebody accuses you of, you know, not being sober, we could see he didn't pee dirty, right? He didn't pee dirty. He's clean. I believe he's clean, and good for him. That is awesome. That is great. I think what most people are, surprised about is the fact that Ben is known for his animation on the channel, for, being really out there and expressing his opinion and being lively and, really bringing drama into the space. And I think that's one of the things that draws people to his channel. He's up there, he's jerking the microphone around and he's talking about things, and, he's passionate. He's passionate about the crypto space. And he's not just, boringly reading off a teleprompter and talking about articles. Like, that's not interesting at all. That's why people go to his space, to understand what's going on and to have a little bit of, entertainment. There's some entertainment value. So I think people were shocked that, he hasn't kicked it up a level in response to everything that's going on. But let me just say this. You know what? He probably has some really high level attorneys that are advising him to just shut it. Keep it shut. Don't say anything publicly. Don't give these people any ammunition. We are going to handle this from here. We're going to handle it in the courts. We're going to win. right now, I think Ben has won in the court of public opinion with the release of this drug test. I don't think it was necessary for him to do, but I understand the rumor mill is just absolutely going crazy. So I understand why he did it. But yeah, and you know what? The things that good lawyers will say to you is don't say anything, just keep your mouth shut. In the end, we're going to win. Okay? We're going to win this thing and we have to be smart about it. So please don't say anything. Let us take it. And if I've learned anything from, my education, either in school or out on the streets, school of hard knocks, is revenge is a dish best served cold. Better to not make any irrational decisions as far as what you're going to do to get these people back. And, you wind up making stupid mistakes. And, that's how people lose things. People wind up looking foolish. So I do like the fact that he is keeping it on on the DL a little bit, and releasing those test results is great. But I do like that he's, not popping off anywhere. I think that's a good idea. I think his attorneys are advising him well, and I think that in the end, ultimately, he is going to be victorious. He is going to get his channel back. He's going to get his Twitter handle back. Like, I still don't understand how they have the Twitter handle. How is that not a personal item? But I guess he must have sold a portion of it. Obviously, it must be a controlling interest that he sold, because how else would they be able to get control of the channel and the Twitter? I don't know. Well, he's gonna have to come out and just tell us the whole story once all of this has all been done and wrapped up, right? So let's get to the Twitter news. Okay. So let me go ahead and let's do this. So today we had a nice little spike in Bitcoin, right? Like, if we zoom out here, hold on a second. If we zoom out to the monthly chart, like, that would be a technical double bottom, right? That's nice. We had a nice little spike today. And of course, all of that was done because of what happened with Grayscale, with their victory in appellate court. So the appellate court said to the SEC, "Hey, listen, the ETF bid, the thing that you initially rejected, we feel like the opinion that you submitted for that was just, was a little thin. It lacked any kind of clarity. So we want you to go back to the drawing board, rewrite this whole thing, and give it some clarity, because this could set a huge precedent as far as other companies that have submitted applications for their spot ETFs. So go ahead, look at it again, write up whatever it's going to be, but you have to give us more information. You can't submit something that's thin, paper thin, so thin it was almost transparent, right? It's Write something that if you really want it to hold up, it's got to have teeth, right? It's got to have teeth. Now, don't forget that this a lot of people have the applications in for the spot ETFs, right? We have some pretty big companies here. Of course, freaking what's their name? BlackRock, who is the largest asset manager there is, Fidelity, uh, VanEck, Invesco, all of these people have applications in waiting on their spot ETFs. So this has huge implications, not just for Grayscale. I mean, this definitely was a victory for Grayscale, but it's going to have larger implications for everybody that's looking to get into the spot crypto ETF space. And that, of course, is one of the reasons that sent the market up, which was good. That was good. We all could use some good news as far as the price of cryptocurrency going up, because it has been a long and brutal bear market. It's been very long. It's been very brutal. And in case I haven't reminded you, I took a sabbatical a few months ago from cryptocurrency, and I didn't post that much on my channel. And now they're threatening to demonetize me. So I would really appreciate if you could like and subscribe to my channel, because I really need to sort of I need to throw the paddles on this baby, resuscitate the channel, and get it going again. Okay. So I would really appreciate that if you would help a sister out and hit me up with something that is going to help the algorithm. So we got some other good news. Okay, Elon's Musk X moves closer to crypto payments with new state license. Rhode Island's regulators have granted Twitter a currency transmitter license, marking a step forward for the company's foray into the financial services sector. Now, don't forget, I mean, this was big news. I mean, not huge. It's good. He has a few others with a few other states. This is good because, well, first of all, people, whenever there's anything going on with Elon or X, Doge will always pump. And they believe that Doge is ultimately going to be the currency of X. Like that is going to be the crypto that he uses. I don't know why they think that. A few years ago, you'll remember he called Doge the people's coin. And this sent it parabolic. It was going, going, going. It looked like it was, really on a tear. It could, really rival some of the other larger coins. But then he went on Saturday Night Live and he ruined it. Remember, he called it like a joke or a crap coin or whatever. And then, of course, it came plummeting down, and that sort of ruined it. Do we think that Elon is going to use Doge? Or do we think that he's probably going to wind up using his own cryptocurrency? Let me say, like the X coin. I think the chances are best that he is going to have his own blockchain and have his own coin. I don't necessarily believe he's going to use Dogecoin. Now, listen, what does separate Doge from the other crap coins or meme coins that are out there? Like some of the other memes, like, I don't know, any other meme. They're tokens, right? So they are on the blockchain of Ethereum, or they're on the BSC blockchain. Dogecoin is legit, and those are known as tokens, right? Dogecoin is legit a coin. It has its own blockchain. It mirrors the mechanics of Bitcoin. It is its own coin for sure. It definitely is. Even though it has that memey look to it with the dog and everything, it's still a coin. I still don't necessarily believe that he is going to ultimately use Dogecoin. Now, this doesn't mean anything. There could be a lot of different cryptocurrencies ultimately that are going to be on X. But for some reason, I have a feeling, just knowing him, he wants to dominate and control the world. And I think if he really wants to do that, he's going to need his own blockchain with his own coin. I know Doge people, don't get upset with me. I know. I feel ya. I'm a Doge hodler myself. It would be nice if it was Doge, but I'm just thinking rationally, probably not going to be, right? So, Elon, what he's trying to do with X is he really wants to turn it into that app, that platform that services all of your needs. Not only a social app, but you'll also be able to buy things and vote on things, and almost like a mini YouTube. And of course, there'll be a way to exchange payments. He's really trying to go after what, like, the market share of that app that's over in China known as WeChat. That's like I would say the most popular, successful software globally by numbers is that WeChat. And I think that is what he's trying to rival with X, the takeover of X. I know he really does have some big plans for X. I know he greatly freaking overpaid for X, so I hope that ultimately his plans pan out, because he paid like 20 billion too much for it. Like, the valuations are crazy. X continues to hemorrhage money. They did lose a lot of ad revenue when he took over. He thought he'd have a significant more of revenue coming in from Twitter Blue, which is you can go ahead and buy your verified check mark from Twitter or X. And just not that many people signed up for it. Like, he thought this was going to be the thing that saves X, that it would be funded by the users. But people like a free thing. right? Like, I think if they started charging for Facebook or Meta, not that many people would do that. I think people like free things. If you want to add things on that are pay, okay, which is what X is doing. You don't have to get the verified check mark. You don't have to pay the eight bucks a month, but he just believed more people would. And I don't think he foresaw the amount of people that were going to be beginning to pull their ads off of X because he can be a little conspiracy theorist person. He can be offensive. And he just didn't realize that a lot of people would yoke the ads off of X. Not Cheech and Chong, though. I'll have to say that. It seems like every other ad that I look at is for their edibles. Cheech and Chong. So that's nice that those guys are still in the game. So yeah, big news for cryptocurrency. And if we have any news about Ben, I'll keep you posted. I don't think there is going to be too much more until we get a lot more information directly from him, because we can't believe anything that anyone says other than the parties that are directly involved. And what's up with them saying that they're afraid physically? Like, I'm sorry, do you need a tissue? You need a safe space? Like, what's going on? You're grown men. What is it that you're afraid of? As he threatened to beat your butt for something? Like, I don't think that that has happened, but, I mean, I don't know, but I doubt it. So good for Ben that he stood up and he did that, and it was negative. Negative. Doesn't even have any weed in his system. Like, that's good. That's good, clean live out. Like, I can't even say that, right? Like, here in New Jersey, it's legal. So I'm not doing anything illegal, but well, that's going to do it here for me today. Like I said, I would greatly appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to my channel. I'm so desperate. I'm a desperate woman at this point. Thank you so much for dropping by. And until next time, please take care of yourself.